And now we've reached that part of the show where we get Michaan's Auctions' Jane Alexiadis, expert appraiser, to have a look at some vintage items to give her opinion as to their value.
Hi, I'm Jane Alexiadis from Michaan's.
Hi, Jane. I'm Derek Sue from Oakland.
Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for coming in. What can you tell me about these great old trunks?
Well, before the days of suitcases, everybody used steamer trunks to carry their clothing when they traveled. And my great-grandparents and my grandparents used these to travel between here in San Francisco and Canton, China, and then commute back with their belongings. And this is how they carried their items. And so this has been in the family that we can actually date back to 1895.
That's spectacular. And I understand it was your great-grandfather or your grandfather who was the chairman of the board of the China steamship?
It was my great-grandfather.
Okay, and here's one of his labels down here. But to be perfectly frank, I think one of the most interesting things that you've done is you've done your whole family history tied it in with these steamer trunks and who used it and who went where. And I just think that's a marvelous idea for any family to try to trace back the history. So what kind of price are you asking for the trunks and the history?
For everything, $150.
That seems like a reasonable price for me. They're in a little bit rough condition, but I think that the story really adds provenance and a lot of spice to it. So I wish you the best.
All right, thank you.
I'm Jane Alexiadis from Michaan's.
Hi, I'm Gina Agostinelli from Every Little Thing Estate Sales and Services.
Every Little Thing, like the Beatles song.
Yes, exactly.
So tell me about this magnificent stove. I just love it.
Well, it basically comes out of an estate that I'm emptying in El Cerrito right now, but originally it was made by the Vose and Company, Albany, New York, in the mid to late 1800s. And it's not just any old parlor stove that you just throw wood in down here to burn to keep nice and warm. What happens is when you put the wood in there, the smoke goes up these cylinders and then it gets trapped inside this double-walled inner sleeve, which then, you can put your food in here and cook it.
This is spectacular. So it's sort of for an early studio apartment. It would be a source of heat and your oven as well. Well, I just think it's lovely, and I know Vose stoves are extraordinarily collectible because they were made so ornately and with such beautiful care, and some are in shapes of bird cages and some as temples. Mm-hmm. What sort of price are you asking for this at your estate sale?
Well, $950, and we can go up or down, whatever the market bears.
That seems like a very reasonable price to me.
Yes.
For an item of this vintage in this condition. I think that's a great price.
Well,
I wish you the best of luck.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.